Most animals shut down when winter hits. Water freezes, muscles stiffen, and cells start breaking apart. For a lot of life on Earth, that's the end of the story. But some bugs don't quit when it gets cold. They live in snow, ice, and frozen ground, and somehow stay alive. Welcome to Critterology. In this video, we're breaking down bugs that can survive freezing temperatures, how their bodies handle the cold, and what actually happens to them during winter. No fluff. Just clear facts and simple biology that explain how these creatures beat the freeze. Level 1, Snow Fleas. Snow fleas are tiny winter bugs that jump on snow surfaces. They look like black dots on white snow. They are not true fleas. They are cold-adapted insects related to springtails. Most snow fleas tend to be really tiny and are usually only less than 1/10 of an inch in length. Snow fleas stay active during winter. They do not sleep through the cold. Their bodies contain antifreeze chemicals. These chemicals stop ice from forming inside their cells. Ice inside cells would destroy them. Because of this protection, snow fleas can move and jump on frozen ground. They feed on algae, fungi, and plant material trapped in snow. Wind pushes food across snow surfaces, and snow fleas follow it. This makes them active insects in snow even during storms. Birds and other animals eat them, but their jumping helps them escape danger. These freezing survival bugs show that cold does not stop movement when the body is prepared. Level 2, Arctic Springtails. Springtails live in some of the coldest ground environments on Earth. These ice-resistant insects are found in frozen soil, inside ice cracks, and under thick layers of snow. Many species live in Arctic regions and high mountain areas where temperatures stay around 32 Fahrenheit for most of the year. Most springtails are very small, usually 1/10 of an inch long, but their impact on frozen ecosystems is huge. Their survival depends on strict water control. Before freezing begins, springtails lower the amount of water inside their cells. Less water means less ice can form. Ice inside cells can expand and tear tissue, so reducing ice protects organs and muscles. This method allows springtails to survive deep cold without serious damage. Springtails move slowly and carefully during winter. Fast movement wastes energy and creates heat loss. By staying slow, they conserve energy for long periods when food is limited. Snow above them blocks wind and keeps temperatures more stable than open air, acting like insulation. They feed on fungus, bacteria, and dead plant material trapped under snow. By breaking down this material, they recycle nutrients back into frozen soil. These cold-weather insects often live in large groups, which helps keep soil healthy even in winter. These bugs that survive freezing keep frozen ground alive when most life stops. Level 3, Woolly bear caterpillars. Woolly bear caterpillars are among the most famous frozen insects. During winter, their bodies freeze completely solid. The heart stops beating. Breathing stops. All movement ends. To most animals, this would mean death. Inside their bodies, woolly bears produce special sugars that protect cells from damage. These sugars act like shields around cell walls and organs. They stop ice crystals from tearing tissue apart. Because of this protection, woolly bears can survive temperatures as low as -40 degrees Fahrenheit. They spend winter hidden under leaves, logs, or soil. When spring arrives, their bodies thaw slowly. The heart starts beating again. Breathing returns. Growth continues as if nothing happened. These cold-adapted insects do not avoid freezing. They control it carefully. This level shows one of the strongest examples of cold survival biology in nature, where freezing becomes part of normal life instead of a threat. Level 4, Antarctic Midges. The Antarctic midge is the largest land animal living in Antarctica. Even so, adults grow even less than 1/4 of an inch in length. There are no trees, no grass, and no warm soil where they live. Wind, ice, and cold dominate the land. Antarctic midges survive by removing water from their bodies before freezing. With very little water inside cells, ice cannot form easily. This protects organs from damage. They hide between rocks and inside ice layers where wind is weaker and temperatures change more slowly. These polar bugs grow slowly and live longer than most insects. They can stay frozen for long periods and return to activity when conditions improve. These insects that survive ice prove that life can exist even on the coldest land on Earth. Level 5, Ice Crawlers. Ice crawlers live in some of the coldest land environments on Earth. They are found on frozen mountain slopes, under snowfields, and inside icy caves. These cold climate arthropods remain active at temperatures close to 50 degrees Fahrenheit, a range that disables most insects. Warmer temperatures can actually harm them, making cold a requirement, not a challenge. Their bodies are built for freezing conditions. Muscles and nerves work best at low temperatures. Heat slows their movement and disrupts their balance. Because of this, ice crawlers move slowly and carefully across ice surfaces. Fast movement creates heat, and heat can damage their systems. Ice crawlers hunt smaller bugs that become trapped or weakened by ice. They rely on patience instead of speed. Their metabolism stays low, which saves energy when food is scarce. These freezing survival bugs depend on stable cold environments. They show that some animals are designed only for frozen worlds. For them, cold is not danger. Cold is home. Like the video, learning how cold bugs survive freezing temperatures changes how you see winter life everywhere today now. Level 6, Snow Beetles. Many beetles survive winter by hiding under snow. Snow works like a natural blanket. It blocks strong wind and keeps temperatures more stable than open air. While the surface above may drop far below freezing, the space under snow stays calmer and safer. These winter bugs hide in soil, under fallen leaves, inside tree bark, and in rotting wood where conditions change slowly. Snow beetles prepare their bodies before winter arrives. They produce special antifreeze proteins inside their cells. These proteins control how ice forms. Ice crystals can be dangerous because sharp edges cut cells and destroy tissue. Antifreeze proteins stop sharp crystals from forming and force ice to stay smooth and harmless. This protection keeps organs and muscles intact. During deep winter, snow beetles enter a resting state. Movement almost fully stops. Breathing slows. Energy use drops to very low levels. This state allows them to survive long periods without food. They do not eat, hunt, or move unless conditions improve. When temperatures rise slightly, even by a few degrees, snow beetles wake up. They slowly begin to move again. This slow return prevents shock and damage. These freeze-tolerant bugs survive winter by hiding, slowing down, and waiting patiently. This level shows that stillness, not strength, can be one of the most powerful winter survival tools. Level 7, Ice Worms. Ice worms live inside glaciers and permanent ice fields. These are real extreme cold animals that depend on ice to survive. They do not live near ice. They live inside it. Temperatures above 41 degrees Fahrenheit can kill them. Unlike most animals, warmth is more dangerous than cold. Ice worms feed on algae and microorganisms trapped within frozen ice. Even solid ice contains tiny spaces filled with life. Ice worms move slowly through these spaces, feeding as they go. Their enzymes and body chemistry work only at low temperatures. When temperatures rise, their cells become damaged, and digestion stops. Ice worms stay active mostly at night or during colder periods when the ice remains solid. They avoid sunlight and surface heat. They never leave their frozen habitat. Their entire life cycle happens inside ice from birth to death. These cold bugs prove that life can exist inside solid ice. These bugs that survive freezing live in places where no other animals can survive for long. Level 8, Arctic Mosquito Larvae. Arctic mosquitoes begin life as larvae in frozen ponds and shallow pools. During winter, the water around them freezes solid. Their bodies freeze too. These larvae are powerful freezing survival bugs. Instead of fighting freezing, they shut down almost completely. Growth stops. Heart activity slows. Movement ends. Their cells contain protective chemicals that reduce damage caused by ice. This controlled freezing keeps important structures safe. When short Arctic summers arrive, ice melts quickly. The larvae wake up and begin growing immediately. There is no wasted time. Summer may last only a few weeks. During this short window, they must grow, change into adults, and reproduce. These cold-adapted insects survive by using time carefully. Freezing does not always mean death. For these larvae, freezing acts like a pause button that stops life safely until conditions improve. Level 9, Stonefly Larvae. Stonefly larvae live in icy mountain streams fed by melting snow. These are strong cold-weather insects that remain active in near-freezing water. Stream temperatures stay close to 32 degrees year-round. Cold water holds more oxygen than warm water. Stonefly larvae use this oxygen to breathe easily through their bodies. Their movement stays slow and controlled, which saves energy and reduces heat loss. They feed on algae and tiny animals attached to rocks. Ice forms along stream edges but not inside fast-moving water. Flowing water prevents complete freezing and protects larvae from becoming trapped in ice. These insects in snow-fed rivers show how water movement helps prevent ice damage and allows life to continue in cold environments. Level 10, Alpine Ground Beetles. Alpine ground beetles live high in the mountains above tree lines. Snow covers these areas for many months each year. These winter bugs hide under rocks, soil, and plant debris where temperatures change slowly. Night temperatures often drop far below freezing. Their bodies produce antifreeze proteins that control ice formation inside cells. These proteins stop ice from forming sharp crystals that damage tissue. Smooth ice causes far less harm. Some species survive temperatures below 5 degrees Fahrenheit. Alpine ground beetles remain still for long periods. Movement wastes energy and increases heat loss. These freeze-tolerant bugs rely on patience. Stillness, energy control, and careful timing form the core of winter survival explained. Comment on this video which bugs that survive freezing shocked you most, and stay tuned to Critterology as we reveal more shocking nature ahead. Level 11, Freeze-tolerant ants. Some ants live in very cold places like northern forests and tundra. These are cold bugs that survive long winters where the ground stays frozen for months. Ant colonies do not stay on the surface when winter arrives. They move deep underground, sometimes over 1 meter below the surface, where temperatures change more slowly. Inside their bodies, special antifreeze chemicals protect cells and organs. These chemicals stop ice crystals from growing sharp edges that can tear tissue. Some species even allow partial freezing. Only less important body areas freeze, while the brain and vital organs stay safe. This controlled freezing prevents damage that would kill other insects. Ants survive winter as a group, not alone. Workers cluster together, sharing body heat and reducing energy loss. The queen stays protected at the center. Food use slows down, and movement almost stops. These cold climate arthropods show that teamwork and cooperation can be just as important as body chemistry in extreme cold survival. Level 12, Snow scorpion flies. Snow scorpion flies are strange ice-resistant insects that stay active on snow during winter. While most insects disappear, these bugs walk openly across frozen surfaces. They are built for cold and struggle in warm weather. Their bodies produce antifreeze chemicals that protect cells from freezing damage. Their legs have special grips that help them walk on ice without slipping. Movement stays slow and controlled, which prevents heat loss and saves energy. Snow scorpion flies hunt other small insects trapped in snow or weakened by cold. They also feed on dead insects frozen at the surface. Warmer temperatures can harm them, making cold their safest environment. These cold-adapted insects prove that winter is not always an enemy. For some species, cold creates opportunity instead of danger. Level 13, Freeze-tolerant lady beetles. Lady beetles are common insects, but many species are powerful bugs that survive freezing. In cold regions, they survive winter by hiding in rock cracks, tree bark, and buildings. Large groups gather together to reduce heat loss. Before winter, their bodies produce antifreeze chemicals called glycerols. These chemicals stop ice crystals from damaging cells. Some species can survive temperatures below -4 degrees Fahrenheit without internal injury. Lady beetles slow their breathing and movement almost completely. They do not eat during winter. Energy use drops to very low levels. When spring arrives, they wake up and return to feeding and flying. These freeze-tolerant bugs are easy to film because they gather in large visible clusters. They show how preparation and chemistry allow survival in freezing air, not just snow or ice. Level 14, Winter crane fly. Crane fly larvae live underground in frozen soil, wetlands, and icy ground during winter. These larvae look like soft worms, but they are strong cold climate arthropods built to survive freezing temperatures. Most crane fly larvae grow between 0.6 to 1.6 inches long, depending on species. During winter, the soil around them freezes solid, often dropping below 23 degrees Fahrenheit to 14 degrees Fahrenheit. Their bodies partially freeze as well. Instead of stopping ice completely, crane fly larvae control where ice forms. Many larvae remain buried 2 to 12 inches below the surface, where temperatures change more slowly than above ground. Snow cover acts as natural insulation. A snow layer just 8 to 12 inches thick can raise ground temperature by several degrees compared to open air. This protection reduces sudden freezing and thawing, which is more dangerous than steady cold. These cold-adapted insects are widely recorded in winter soil and snowmelt footage, proving that underground life can survive freezing just as well as surface insects. Level 15, Antarctic ice isopods. Antarctic ice isopods live beneath sea ice in freezing ocean water. These are tough cold climate arthropods built for extreme cold. Water temperatures here reach 28.8 degrees Fahrenheit, cold enough to freeze most life. Their body fluids contain antifreeze compounds that stop ice crystals from forming inside cells. This chemical protection allows them to stay active year-round. They move slowly to save energy and reduce heat loss. Ice isopods feed on algae growing under sea ice and on dead materials sinking from above. Food is limited, so nothing gets wasted. These cold bugs survive frozen oceans using chemistry, patience, and energy control, showing how life adapts even in icy water. Cold doesn't end life, it just changes the rules. These bugs don't fight winter, they adapt to it, slowing down, freezing safely, and waiting it out beneath ice and soil. If this video helped you see winter as a place full of survival stories instead of silence, that's the goal. Like the video to support more cold climate breakdowns, subscribe to Critterology for simple science, and stick around. The colder it gets, the stranger, and more impressive, these creatures become. Nature always finds a way, even when temperatures drop far below anything most life can handle.